Live from some Los Angeles living rooms it's Sean's sports show. Tonight's starting lineup at guest, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it's Blake Wexler. I'm Chicago's favorite sidekick, Jon Huck. Now please give it up for Bethlehem, Pennsylvania's own, your host, Sean Green.
Welcome everyone to Sean's Sports Show. I'm your host, Sean Green.
Woo!
This is the No Sports, No Problem edition. John, how you living, man? I know we're doing this quarantine thing.
It is. So we're doing it. I'm okay. I'm hot. I'm sweaty right now.
Yeah, that's the worst part. It's like they took sports away. You're confined inside, and now we have a heat wave.
Dude.
It's really insane.
And the no sports is like, you know how easy it would be to just stay inside all day and watch baseball?
Yeah, baseball, March Madness, anything. It's almost a dream scenario. Like when this all was about to happen, or it was like slowly, like it was a domino. It's like, hey, this isn't going to happen. This isn't happening. Oh, okay, no fans. And it was just like this slow, painful Band-Aid that they were peeling away.
And you can see it coming. It's like a wave of like, oh, no, now this. And
in my head, I'm like, no, they got to keep that. And then when they put away March Madness, I was like, no, there's no hope. We're doomed. Because really, being locked in at home would be awesome if you had live sports on.
Yeah.
But that's just not the case. All right, let's get to it.
I kind of said that NASCAR would probably be the first sport to come back.
Yeah, and NASCAR, I think NASCAR is coming back. They did the virtual NASCAR. Unfortunately, one of the NASCAR drivers dropped an N-bomb on the virtual NASCAR race. What? We aren't allowed to do that?
No more. Dude. He's like, I'm really sorry. Everyone heard that.
Yeah, it's literally what they said on the broadcast. They go, dude, we can all hear you.
Yeah, and then you hear somebody in the background going, just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah. Play it off. Maybe no black people are watching this virtual NASCAR event. But eventually they got in trouble, and as you should.
Yes.
Streaming that out in a video game. Speaking of guys getting in trouble, let's hop into it. Members of the Dallas Cowboys, they broke the quarantine. I don't know if you saw this, John. They had a birthday party with a number of players attending. A bunch of the Cowboys got together. It was all over TMZ. Fat Zeke Elliott was there. But if you're worried about any of the players' health, no need to worry. In fact, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott was there to ensure nobody caught anything.
Oh,
Truth be told, I saw that on a message board where someone was insulting an Eagles receiver, Nelson Aguilar, saying that's how you don't catch anything. Wear a Nelson Aguilar jersey. And I said, one day I will have my revenge. 3 weeks later, I reworked it to a clumsily delivered monologue joke, so I had the last laugh.
I think you showed them, man. You stuck it to them.
Put them in their place. Combat sports are coming back. We actually we got some, which is pretty funny that the first sports to come back are the ones where you punch each other in the face and try to choke the other guy out.
When you get the closest and exchange the most fluids.
Yeah, exactly. You're literally bleeding and sweating all over the other guy. They're like, somehow this is safe.
This is better than everything else.
UFC 249 is scheduled to take place this Saturday night. Originally, the UFC, they planned to host the fights on a lawless island in international waters, but that fell through, and they just said, fuck it, let's go to Florida. It's great. It's like,
was there really a lawless island plan in place?
Yeah, there was. The original plan was like do it in international waters. They were going to call it Fight Island. That fell through. So second best thing was just to do it in Florida.
Yeah, that was like, I'm sure that was the first. They were like, Florida will do it, and they were like, yeah, but let's see if we can go somewhere else. And then when they couldn't, they were like, Florida.
Yeah, exactly. If Florida is, I think its nickname is Fight Peninsula. So it was an obvious choice there for the venue of UFC. John, I know you're a big baseball guy, and the Astros cheating scandal that was big news. They really, I mean, a lot of people are theorizing they were behind the pandemic because now that there's baseball, no one can take their revenge on beating all these Houston Astros players.
I want the Houston Astros should know that doesn't go away. You could have a million pandemics in a row. This season could not start until 2048. The first Astro player that comes to the plate is getting a fastball to the back.
And maybe they'll see it coming. Who knows? Jose Altuve is probably over in Wuhan trying to liberate another virus to bring back. The Red Sox, they also got in trouble. They didn't really get hit that hard. They got a slap on the wrist.
Nothing happened to them.
It was crazy. And the reason they didn't hit MLB didn't hit them that hard. They said it was just like this one video guy, which it's really unfortunate for the city of Boston, where these sports teams just keep hiring these rogue video guys. I don't know what it is. The city is just filled with rogue video guys who
they're not seeing that special skill on the resume. Rogue video. They're like, we didn't even notice. It was fine print.
Known to go rogue. I mean, the Patriots, it was the same thing. Spygate 2, they just swept under the rug because they're like, oh, it's just some random video guy. Like, what, everyone in Boston is just a random video guy who can't help but film the other team's plays. Have you ever had an employee or the boss relationship? Like, are employees just risking getting in tons of trouble with no financial gain? No, obviously they're telling them to do this.
Yeah, they're being told and they're being paid to do it.
It's ridiculous. Speaking of the Patriots, everyone surprised everyone. The Patriots, they drafted a kicker in the 5th round. Bill Belichick, thinks he's super smart. And the kicker, he's actually stirred up some controversy for his tattoos. They include a 3%er tattoo, which is a right-wing militia, liberty or death tattoo, don't tread on me tattoo, and a Dave Matthews Band tattoo. And he can say whatever he wants, but the Dave Matthews tattoo, that to me is a known white power symbol.
Dude, there was a guy walking around in a Dave Matthews mask at a grocery store today, dude. Everybody knows Dave Matthews is all about white power.
Exactly. I mean, they did have, they had that saxophone player, but still,
yeah, they have African-American people in the band, but still. But
I mean, one thing of right-wing militia, but that combined with the Dave Matthews tattoo, that is
powder keg.
Highly problematic. Former Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski, he's ended his pro wrestling career, decided to join his buddy Tom Brady down in Tampa Bay. Gronk has to be the first guy who's ever moved to Florida to come out of retirement. It's all. I also theorized that Gronk he decided to quit wrestling when he realized it wasn't real. I can just imagine them like, Gronk, here's your script for tonight's event. He's like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't like reading. I don't like reading.
Yeah. Just the guy who worked with Gronk, not a huge fan of reading. One of the overlooked casualties so far of COVID-19 was the XFL.
Oh, that is terrible.
I know. They finally got an alternate football league. We all knew NFL alternate spring football leagues. They were a high-risk candidate. Hardest part about losing the XFL, not being able to attend the funeral, of course, for the XFL. Oh, God. What a bizarre world we live in. Someone eats bat soup 300,000 miles away, and all of a sudden the Seattle Dragons season is over.
Dude, I forgot that there was a season going on, but people were starting to get excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it's football. People will watch it. People will bet on it.
They weren't treating it like a joke this time.
No,
they weren't treating it like a joke this time. There weren't like nicknames, and it was like actual athleticism and people playing football. And
yeah, well, like the old one, they had like the guy called "He Hate Me" was the name on his jersey, and they did they were doing like wrestling stunts where it's like, oh, we're gonna go and catch the cheerleaders in their locker room, like scripted wrestling stuff.
Why?
I don't know.
Stop.
Who watches football and goes, you know what I need more? Sketches. Comedic sketches from these guys. They couldn't make it in the NFL, but somehow they have great
bad acting, bad writing.
March Madness being canceled, of course, that was brutal, but it resulted in a national surplus of chicken wings. John, not all heroes wear capes. In fact, some wear bibs. Put me in. I'm ready to go. I'm here to serve. The few, the proud, the wing.
I'll be second string.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is how I can help. I've been trying to figure out how can I help people suffering from COVID-19 and this pandemic. I know what it is. Give me a gallon of blue cheese and let me go to town.
You don't want people drowning in chicken wings, dude.
No, I'm your life preserver. It's so interesting. Like when this all went down, I don't know about you, but your email inbox was just like flooded with different companies checking in, and just like,
it was insane. Yeah,
it was very bizarre. And also like the order in which I heard from companies, like I legitimately heard from Buffalo Wild Wings before I heard from my health insurance health net. They just want you to know they're monitoring the situation. We're on top of it. Like, no, I don't want you to be on top of it.
Get off of it. Get off of it. You're part of it.
Don't look into it, Buffalo Wild Wings. It's going to be a huge. Just stay away.
I just love when they start out like, here's how we're handling the situation. It's like, dude, I do not need to know what Ross Dress for Less is doing to handle this situation.
Well,
I need to hear from a doctor.
Ross Dress for Less was actually the one company not monitoring the situation. They have someone knocked over a coat rack. They're still dealing with that. Early February, people just all the left-footed shoes mixed in.
Someone took a dump in the changing room again. It's a big mess over
there. Sports being canceled. Everyone in the sports industry, they're looking for new opportunities, finding some new jobs. It's gotten pretty wild. In fact, a porn company. They even reached out to announcer Joe Buck. They offered him a job for working for them. To clarify to the porn company, when sports fans say Joe Buck sucks, they don't mean literally. They don't actually mean that's what he...
Why would you want to hear Joe Buck in a porno?
I know. He's ruined baseball games, and now he's here to ruin it.
You like sex? Now you not so much anymore.
No, not at all.
It's bizarre. That's just it's such a weird thing that if you were in the middle of watching, say a pornographic scene as one might, and then all of a sudden he comes in, you're like, hey, that really, it's two worlds combined. I don't like.
Just imagine watching pornography and going like, I need more talking. I need a narrator. I need to know what's going on. I need some direction. I need some stats. I need some promos for the upcoming The Masked Singer promos.
Oh my
God. Is
that
what he's going to be reading during this? Coming up after, stay tuned, local news, and figure out who's behind that giant rabbit mask.
By the time that this season picks up, it'll be like a Death Hornet or whatever.
But yeah, COVID-19 hitting everyone pretty hard. The government trying to bail out small businesses. Unfortunately, there's a lot of big businesses out there sucking up relief, including sports teams like the Lakers. The Lakers received $4 million in relief from the Small Business Administration.
What?
Yeah, they eventually returned it when everyone gave them a ton of crap for identifying themselves as a small business in need of relief. I've come up with a little helpful quiz here for the government on determining whether or not the person applying is a small business. Question 1, do you own an arena? Yes, you're not a small business. Do you charge $18 for a beer? Again, no small business could stay alive selling a beer for $18. Finally, did you recently hire LeBron James? LeBron James is not working for any small businesses. Anthony Davis, the
That's
Anthony
a good
Davis
quiz.
trade, where you got rid of all your bad contracts and got Anthony Davis. You got rid of the Alonzo Ball and his dad, the super annoying Lamar Ball, and you got Anthony Davis back. That's your only bailout, Lakers. You don't need more than that.
That's it. You're done.
Oh yeah, but yeah, put the Lakers, showing them what's going on. All right, John. Recently, there was the NFL draft happened, and unfortunately, we can't use any footage from the draft because, well, it looked a lot like this. It was like a virtual NFL draft, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little viral video draft, and so we're going to take a look at that here coming up in just a second. So yeah, here you go. The first ever viral video draft. Enjoy. Oh my God.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. So going first at I assume nose guard or
She's actually we got her as an offensive tackle because she's great at protecting the McDonald's and the quarterback.
Yeah, she could probably play both sides of the line.
Truck door. You're trying to take that out of the game though, right to the head.
This is it's a different style of play.
Yeah,
that's like a defensive end that's sort of like also doubles as a goon.
This is really, even though this guy's being an asshole for being on the beach when you're not supposed to, you have to celebrate anyone who can outrun a cop like this.
Is that who he's running from, a cop?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was great. Ooh, what the offensive linebacker. Oh man, yeah, you got to be as long as he can read plays.
Yeah, exactly. That could be an issue, and the fact the ball's made out of a pig skin, it may
you might eat it. Oh, dude. Oh, come on.
Didn't even spill his drink. Look at this. Look at the handle on the rock.
Dude, you know how mad that guy got made fun of by his cop buddies?
Oh, man. He never heard the end of it.
Oh!
It's less terrifying when you frame it around football.
Why do they keep running him over? Oh, dude, come on, man. You're going to get tasered. You're going to get tasered. Wait. Are the tasers in him?
Miss a beat. He's unfazed by the taser.
Unfazed by the tase, dude.
This guy's my hero.
Oh, they got it.
That
he really is. You ever see that? It's like the beginning of Mr. Mom. Oh. I love that guy's his last ditch attempt is like, I'm just gonna roll off this thing.
It just fails. He's like, it's gonna explode. This is my favorite video of all time. Nails him. I mean, you're a javelin umpire. You literally.
Oh, why are you looking? You're like, here it comes, and ow.
Oh man, that was brutal. But yeah, we're living out here in Los Angeles. I know,
Ryan. Not
really a football hotbed normally. However, the Rams made some news. It is the offseason, nothing's going on, but they did that move where they decided to mix things up.
Revamp
it. Yeah, exactly. And they decided to relaunch, do a new logo, and they relaunched the logo, and they've been getting made fun of relentlessly. Take a look at this. Now
I don't even know that you have to circle it, really.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things where maybe you miss it the first time you look at it, but
if you just kind of glance like it's an eclipse, like, hey, good logo. But if you're like, what is that, the Rams? Oh, that's a big dick on his nose? What is that?
It's really, and he's got the angry eyes. He's got the dick for face. It's really, and even Eric Dickerson, former and aptly titled Eric Dickerson, former running back for the Rams. He was up in arms. He's like, we have to change this.
I know, like we already put it on helmets and everything, right? And jerseys.
It's one of those things, though. If they change it, then they're like admitting that that it really was. So they're kind of in a tough situation there. But Rams get a ton of attention there, and so other NFL teams have decided to copy this idea to bring attention to their team. The Buffalo Bills. This hasn't been launched yet. I got this before it's been released. Sean's Sports Show exclusive, and you see the Buffalo Bills new logo.
Well done with the Photoshop.
Well done and well hung. I spent way too much time Googling penis diagrams so that I could find it, Photoshop it into the Buffalo Bill.
You got to clear the search history because otherwise it's
Now I'm just gonna have like weird sex ed diagrams showing up in all my
shadows. What is this?
Arizona Cardinals, they decided to, again, get in on the trend. A little different angle, though, for them. And see if you notice what they're doing here. Appealing to their male audience.
Okay. Arizona, there's a lot of dudes in Arizona. That makes sense.
Just throwing a giant rack on the Cardinals there. And
again, great Photoshop. I love it.
And of course, the team I love making fun of, the Dallas Cowboys. They went an unconventional route. And I was really upset because I Googled,
that makes sense.
I Googled Dallas Cowboys vagina, assuming someone had already photoshopped, and I was very, very disappointed in the city of brotherly love that no one had thought about putting this Photoshop together before. So pretty brutal there. Pretty brutal.
Awesome. But good logos, though. Good for those teams.
Yeah. And so look for those coming to the 2021.
You should make those shirts, though.
They would. Yeah. I'm sure they would just fly.
It's like, oh, you're a Cowboys fan. Is that a vagina in the middle of your chest?
And it's perfect transition to bringing our guest out. He's a stand-up comedian from the city of Philadelphia, fellow Eagles fan. Please welcome on Blake Wexler. Blake,
that is a perfect transition. You're right. It could not have
been right after the Cowboys Photoshop, right into bringing you on, Blake.
Absolutely.
How are you holding up here in this sportsless quarantine time?
Oh, never better, because there's no live Philadelphia sports to be disappointed by. So, like, I can choose to watch, like, their best moments rather than watching,
are you doing that?
Yeah, of course. I'm watching all three of their good moments from
just on a loop.
On a loop, exactly. Yeah, by the way, John, it's great to see you.
Nice to see you
Sean,
too,
it's great to see you too. But yeah, I've been just rewatched the Super Bowl, obviously.
Yeah, you got to put one of those in.
Yeah, of course. I think I'm gonna make my way. What if I actually just like rewatch the Kawhi Leonard shot over and over again, just to like keep torturing myself? So I'm still fresh.
But then that is part of being a Philadelphia sports fan, is the anger, the hate. There was, of course,
it is.
Yeah, you guys are lost without it, probably, huh? You're kind of just walking around your houses, like, what am I? Should I punch something for no reason?
When he doesn't have anything to be mad about, he's just like walking around. He's just this Peter.
He's
guy.
Just a wuss scientist, just some loser scientist
with teams that are ripped but not ripped apart yet.
Exactly.
I was the second day of the draft. I went to the beach with my wife in Ventura. It was open. It was nice. There was not a lot of people there. It was completely spread out. I was relaxed. I was feeling good. And then I get back into the car, and I forgot that the start of the second round of the NFL draft at 5. I thought it started at 6. And I look at my phone, and it is 127 unread text messages. Just everyone I know in the city of Philadelphia melting down that the Eagles selected Jalen Hurts. And I'm driving back to our place and like looking at it and just freaking out and texting and voice texting. Why did we choose Jalen Hurts? And it was a nightmare. Walk me through how you survived.
Well, it's funny, Sean. I have a similar story where I was at the beach in Santa Barbara with my girlfriend and I, and we were driving back to LA, and then they made that pick, and we kept driving to Huntington Beach, where I protested in full militia garb after they made that pick.
And that's what all the chaos was down there.
Exactly. I just had to get it out somewhere. I had to protest something if I couldn't protest the pick in person. Yeah, it ruined my quarantine. I've had a great quarantine to this point.
You're having an awesome quarantine until now.
Flawless. Yeah, absolutely flawless. And then they, why give the guy that you paid $120 million for a weapon? Not even weapons, just get him an weapon. But yeah, I've talked myself into it.
Every day I try and drink the Kool-Aid, but it won't go down. And I'm a guy who's I've had the Kool-Aid before. I can't get over it, and I'll just be walking around. A lot of people are consumed by the pandemic, but for me, I'm more consumed with Jalen Hurts at 53 overall. It doesn't make sense to select him that high. He doesn't fit the system. I've just really lost my mind. So I'm trying to move past it, but it's really tough. I have been kind of losing myself in the Jordan documentary.
Oh my gosh.
It's been the closest thing to live sports that we've gotten. John, have you watched that so far?
Dude, I wish there was an episode of that every day. I wish that and Long Strange Trip were just continuous series that like I could just watch one after the other every day forever, because I forgot, like, I'm not an NBA guy anymore. I forgot how much I loved basketball when I was a kid, and Michael Jordan is a huge part of that. Like, to say that I wasn't affected by what he did would be a lie. Like, he was the best, and it was like, we have Michael Jordan, the Bulls are a dynasty, we're never going to lose again. It was. I mean, I remember the Bulls winning when I was at Soldier Field at a Dead Show, actually losing to the Suns in '92 or three.
They just did those.
Three,
the
yeah,
episode
three.
from last night. Yeah,
I'm one behind. I'm one behind because I'm really trying to like.
Savor it.
I'm gonna go to bed now. Just lay in bed, going, man. I bet I have that poster somewhere at my mom's house. I could get it and put it like, dude. I like those old games they're showing, like Jordan and Bird. Like, oh my god, dude, basketball was so fun. I was like texting Santino. I'm like, I think I like basketball again. He's like, it's not the same, but okay.
It makes you feel like a kid again. Blake, you even have you've been doing a pregame show for The Last Dance.
I have. You were nice enough to be a guest on it. I'm trying to maximize my audience, so I combined fans of Julia Stiles' hit movie Save the Last Dance in 2001 and trivia from that with 1990s basketball, just heavy 90s basketball talk. We spoke about Kendall Gill last night for 10 minutes. That's how
big Venn diagram.
Wow.
It's enormous. It looks a lot like that Cowboys logo that you just showed. But yeah, man, I've been loving it too. Like, you do forget how incredible he was. Where in your mind it's like, oh, but he was good for that era, and then you pull him up against you put him against today's athletes or whatever, you think it can't be that good. But no, he's as impressive. Like, if you just lifted Jordan up and put him in today's game, he would be, every House of Highlights, tape. It's insane. It all holds up.
Yeah. It's, and I just how kind of cold he is. And yeah. And I was like, and then I had a cold and I was fuck everybody. And then I just dominated. It was like, his anger drove him hard.
Yeah. I mean, the psycho competitive nature of Jordan, it was just, it's just like, oh my God, anything that Jerry Krause liked, he just goes, you know what? I'm going to find out whoever that is, and I'm going to humiliate them.
Dominate that person. Yeah. And also, did Jordan, no one thought here, man, before we shoot your interview in this documentary that's all about you, put some Visine in, man.
Yeah,
looks like someone's been poking you in the eyes with Scotch fingertips. What's wrong with you?
I've heard that's an alcohol thing. I've heard that could be a liver issue.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy's also drinking just straight Scotch.
Yeah,
he's just right on the table.
Scotch. They finally got into the gambling stuff, which was, as a fellow gambler, it was awesome. And he had one of the greatest lines when Ahmad Rashad. He does the interview about how he doesn't have a gambling problem with blacked out sunglasses, which is the most degenerate thing to do. And Ahmad goes, do you have a gambling problem, Michael? And he goes, no, I don't have a gambling problem. I have a competitiveness problem. It's okay. It's like no one likes losing, so they keep gambling. That's literally the definition of a gambling addiction.
The problem is you keep doing it.
Do you have a pill problem? No, I have a pharmaceutical issue. I have this pharmaceutical problem.
I'm addicted to going to pharmacies. And then he's there's a scene where he's throwing quarters with the security guards.
So good.
To see who can get a quarter closer to the wall. And it's just such a gambling addict behavior.
Yeah, because if he loses against even the security guard, he's mad. He's not oh, this will be fun. They like me. I'm a famous athlete, and I'll play dice with them, and then I'll give them some cash, and we'll have a nice time, and I'll call them by their first name, and they'll think I'm salt of the earth. It's I will dominate you, old man. I don't give a shit about you or your family. I will burn you all to the ground. And it's You're terrifying, dude. You're
Well,
terrifying.
Will Purdue had a great line because him and BJ Armstrong, like the nerds of the Bulls team, they would play blackjack for $1, and Michael would come up and play, and they're like, dude, why do you want to play with us? We're only playing for like $1. And he goes, oh, I just want to have your money in my wallet. Like,
He's such a sick man, and he has to take out the best at everything. You know, like any whoever's the best or the second best to him at everything, he has to take out. Where in his mind, that white security guard with a jerry curl was the
was
Clyde.
that albino guy?
I don't know what he was, but he was great. He is like the Clyde Drexler of quarter rolling, you know. So he's like, I need to take this guy out.
How mad was he at Clyde? I mean, just because people were like, they sort of compared him. He's like, I didn't take. He was a threat, but I didn't take kindly to that. It's like, bro, the announcers have to talk about something. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Like, no one can touch you. You're the greatest. It can't be like that all the time. Like, he's just
tell Michael that. Clyde Drexler, his hairline. He's lucky. Social media was not around, and this is from a guy with not an amazing hairline. Trust me, Clyde he would have been roasted.
Dude, he looks like a 50-year-old uncle. I mean, he's out there playing against Jordan. It's like, is someone's dad on the court? What's happening?
Right. It's the best dad I've ever seen. His dad is incredible.
He's like in slacks and dress shoes. He's like just smoking everybody. Like, wow.
His dad just put up 28 and 6.
The still having the hatred for Isaiah Thomas, I find interesting. There is such an underlying, like Isaiah, Magic, Jordan. There's something there. Like Magic and Isaiah were like either dating or something. There's some there is some underlying stuff going on there.
Well, and also for Jordan, I wouldn't be surprised if like half the reason he made this was just to remind people that Isaiah didn't shake his hand and he got what he deserved. Like makes it very clear where Isaiah.
Well, I mean, you guys watched Jordan's Hall of Fame speech, right?
Oh yeah,
of course.
That was a list of people that had wronged him. It was like his "Who am I going to murder today?" list. I was like, you should have gone up there and been like, "Thank you, it's been an honor being the greatest basketball player to ever play the game." Whatever. But he's like, no, fuck this guy. Nope, this guy said some shit about me I didn't like. This guy didn't put me on a team. This guy tried to cut me. It's like, wow.
Because I feel like I have the same mental list going on in show business of just people who have wronged me over the years. I'm never going to be inducted into the Showbiz Hall of Fame.
Dude, but I would pull it out into private events.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get where he's coming from. It's almost just gratifying to see a guy like, okay, this guy had revenge on his
spiteful,
mind for this many years.
If Jordan can hate people, I can hate people. He's good at it.
Oh, and he's like I'm going to be the greatest hater of all time as well. You know, like he has to be. He devoted his Hall of Fame speech. Most people bring up their, high school coach or something, but he just had to verbally berate every single person in the room. I'm surprised he didn't bring like Kwame Brown as his guest of honor and just completely rip him a new asshole as well. Just be like, you're nothing. You were drafted higher than I am. You have all the talent in the world and you suck. Like, it's just, why did he bring up this 8 and 9, career scorer and rebounder?
Or Sam Bowie, baby.
Yeah.
Never
that's
gonna
why he hated. I think that's why he hated Clyde so much, is that because the Trailblazers had Clyde Drexler, they didn't think that they needed to draft another, shooting guard. Yeah, because why have Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan on the same team? Like, why? What? How can you win with those two? So they drafted a big guy instead. Right.
All right. Well, that actually, Michael Jordan and The Last Dance brings us to the game here that I worked up. And it's called Goats or Goats. So I'm going to read off a little fact.
And
you guys have to guess, is this fact about goats or the GOAT, Michael Jordan, or perhaps both?
I'm picturing this as a game where you show us a photo of like goats, and if there's more than one goat in it, it's goats. And if it's one single,
here you go.
It's goat.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
A nice little logo and everything.
So I think the one on the left is Michael Jordan.
No, you're already wrong.
I didn't ring in quick enough.
All right. First question in the game. Known for being picky eaters. John?
Michael Jordan, the GOAT.
Blake?
I think goats are like sharks in that they'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Anything will be found in their stomach. So I'll go with Michael Jordan as well.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Both are actually picky eaters. That's a very common goat stereotype.
Oh, I'm
Really?
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'd
What
like
if I
to
get
apologize to all the goats.
They're very picky. I don't know what it is. Cartoons just went with that slur on goats and really ran with it.
They're all showing up outside the studio now protesting.
Known for eating 5 or 6 meals a day. John, what do you got here?
I mean, I would say that could be both the goat and goats.
Yeah, I wish I could go separately from that, but I think it has to be. Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna go Michael Jordan because I feel like goats, the animal, they graze all day, so that's at least 20 to 25 meals. So I'm gonna go Michael Jordan on that one.
You know your goats. It is the goat, Michael Jordan.
You know your goats.
Damn.
Next up, known for their crying. Goat.
The goat.
Blake?
Yeah, what a shitty thing that some people only know who Michael Jordan is from that meme. It's insane. So yeah, I'm gonna go Michael Jordan.
Oh,
You're
man.
correct. You guys are both correct. And in fact, goats don't have tear ducts. So a little fact there.
You guys saw Jordan speak at Kobe's thing, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
When he was just like, great, now there's going to be more things me crying on the internet.
His reaction, I think he had another meme where it's like of him watching the video. I'm pretty sure it was Isaiah or someone talking, and he's just making this crazy face. The guy's just Hall of Fame meme as well.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's like, I will have the best memes.
Known to weigh as much as 260 pounds. John, who do you got?
Both the goat and goats.
Blake.
I mean, 260 was like, was Horace Grant even 260? I'm gonna go with Jesus, but yeah, I'm gonna go with goats. The animal.
It's actually both. John, you are correct.
Wow.
Jordan, at his heaviest, got up to 260 pounds, and goats can get as heavy as 340 pounds.
Oh, what a gross
Jesus.
goat that would be.
You said they were selective eaters.
Yeah,
They're not.
They're just going hard.
that's a myth.
All right, 2 more. I think it's tied. What do you guys? Tied 2-2?
Yeah, I'm keeping score. I got a whiteboard over here.
I mean, I think there's been 5 questions, so I'm not sure if that's right. No, I have no
Probably
idea.
not.
No, we're
But it's
tied.
2-2.
They have 2 nipples. John.
That's the goat.
Yeah, I feel like udders, there's at least 4 of those, so I'm gonna go Michael Jordan.
Actually, goats only have 2 nipples. They have 2 teats. So both.
What? Oh, really?
Crazy.
They're like
Good
a
for
reverse
them.
camel. They're like a really reverse, weird, saggy camel.
A reverse camel.
That's what they're known as in the community.
What are these reverse camels? We call them goats here, but
What? You call them what?
Would
You
would
call
like
those
some,
reverse camels what?
would you like some reverse camel cheese? We have that.
that just sounds like it's from the butt. I don't know. That just doesn't sound good.
Last one for all the goats. They have very strong burps.
Burps?
You said they
They're known for having a
said
strong
that, but I bet
goat
that's.
or the goat.
I think that's both the goat and the goats, because if Michael Jordan burps in your face, it's gonna rip your eyebrows off your head. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
he's not gonna have some lightweight burp that smells like half toothpaste.
Yeah, I'm gonna go both as well. And there's also no way Michael Jordan has ever said "excuse me" in his
Yeah.
entire life. So
No, he rips
yeah.
farts and laughs. He doesn't
Right.
give a shit if it's your grandmother's funeral.
It's actually the goats. The goats, of course, have 4 stomachs, and that creates insane burps.
that makes sense.
So that is the goats.
Michael
2
Jordan.
times as
Don't let
2
Michael
times as
Jordan
many-
hear that.
yeah, no.
He's gonna want like 90 stomachs.
He really is. He's gonna come back with 5 stomachs.
He's like, I got 5 teats. Like, all right, dude, you're not supposed to have any. What are you doing?
Well, I've got 5.
I heard you gave.
LeBron only has 2.
He's got all his rings on his weird teeth.
That's
It's
a
just
great.
jangling when you walk.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
What? His sad red eyes. Give me some scotch.
They do both have yellow eyes. There are some goats with yellow eyes, and of course,
Oh yeah.
Jordan's got his weird jaundice liver whiskey eyes.
It's like he's like eating blunts dipped in scotch. That's what I think he's doing.
Something hilariously unhealthy.
The
He's the
amount of
best-
cigars
he's the best
that
at it.
guy smokes still.
Yeah.
Loves it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun. Blake,
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Great
make sure you
game.
follow Blake on Twitter at Blake Wexler. Anything you want to throw out there?
I have a podcast called Blake's Takes, for God's sake. So give that a listen, please.
Telling it on the name alone. Make
Love
sure
it.
you check out Jon Huck on Twitter at Jon Huck. Just dropped a new comedy album. What else you got going on, John?
Right now I'm pushing that. Compromised Maturity. It's on iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Amazon, pretty much Tidal Wave or something. It's everywhere you can buy music and comedy. But if you get it, rate it, leave a review. That'd be really helpful. And I hope you enjoy it.
You're a
Awesome.
great comedian, John. So
Thank you
everyone
so much,
should buy
man.
that.
I appreciate that,
Hilarious.
Blake.
Blake as well. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, man, this was fun. Appreciate it.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thanks, guys.